Good morning, grade 5s, and welcome to English First Additional Language. We are currently at the end of week 8 and it's Friday. I hope it is a happy Friday for all of you and that you have plans to get up early tomorrow morning and to go jog or walk around your neighborhood in the time that we are able to do so. Today we are going to look at poetry again. It is going to be, maybe we'll have time at the end to read another story. I know some of you will be happy about that. Next week, I'll bring in a story for you in one of your classes that you can read yourself as well. Okay. Now, I made a mistake yesterday when I told you guys we are going to do a certain type of poem today. We are not. That is for next week. I was a week ahead. Today, we will be looking at a little bit of a deeper poem than last week. Last week, we looked at a really funny poem. Okay. I am Mrs. de Klerk, and I am going to be your lockdown English teacher for today. Let's quickly recap on what we did yesterday. Yesterday, we focused on writing, and we wrote directions on how to get from one place to another. There's someone who wants to ask a question. Okay, nobody. Please remember to switch off your cameras or the host is going to remove you from the classroom. Okay, I know sometimes we make a mistake by switching it on and that's okay. When you see that you've done that, quickly switch it off again. And thank you. Today we are going to focus on poetry. Again, like last time, we are first going to predict what the poem is about. And it is a poem that I particularly like. We are going to listen, or you guys are going to listen as I read the poem. Then we'll be reading through the poem together. You'll answer some questions and we will identify the rhyming word. And hopefully at the end of the lesson, you are going to send me again another poem that you have written. Now, last week, I also asked you to send me a poem and some of you did. I'm very happy with those poems and I would love to share it with you. And I will put them in our next slideshow next week, okay? We are going to use the pictures as clues and you have to tell me what this poem is about. Our first picture. Our second picture. So what do you think already this poem is about? You can type in your chat box. What is the poem about? And there's the third picture. Okay, let me see what you have to say. Ntando, you are here. I saw that you are here. I want you to try again to see if there is a button you can press to chat to me privately. If you cannot, don't worry, I will speak to your mom on email, but just see if there is a chat box on your side that you can change to speak to me privately. Then you can participate in the chat. If you can't, don't worry about it. We will sort it out the weekend, okay? Right. Some of you are saying a plant's life cycle. Some are saying rain, plants, rain and the sun. Faith, you are saying you are freezing. Why? Why do you say that? And let's see if you guys were right. Our poem is about a little seed. Okay, I want you to listen as I read it, see it. So I'm going to read it to you. I just want you to listen first, and then I'll put it on a slide, and then we can read it together. The Little Plant by Kate L. Brown. In the heart of a seed, buried deep, so deep, a little dear plant lay fast asleep. Wake, said the sunshine, and creep to the light. Wake, said the voice of the raindrops bright. The little plant heard, and it rose to see what the wonderful outside world might be. Isn't that just the sweetest little poem about a seed? Okay, you guys can see the poem, and we are all going to read it together. So wherever you are sitting at your house, I want you to read out loud, and then it will be a reading exercise for you as well. So follow my lead and you can read it with me, okay? On my count of 3. 1, 2, 3. The Little Plant by Kate L. Brown. In the heart of a seed, buried deep, so deep, a dear little plant lay fast asleep. Wake, said the sunshine, and creep to the light. Wake, said the voice of the raindrops bright. The little plant heard, and it rose to see what the wonderful outside world might be. Did you enjoy that? Did you guys read? No, quickly say yes in your text box if you were reading it with me. Yes, Zara, good. Oh, a lot of you. Well done. Good. I want to ask you guys another question quickly. If it is at all possible, can you ask your parents for our lesson on Monday if they could maybe change the name in your chat box to your name? Because I keep on calling you guys by your mom or dad's name, and I forget who is who, okay? So if you can help me out a little, then it would be great if they can change the name so that if I name you, I will say the right name. You don't have to worry about it now. If it is at all possible, on Monday, if you could do that. Those of you, obviously, whose name is not your real name. Okay. Right, let's continue with the lesson. The easiest question, what is the title of the poem? So I want you only to write the title. Remember what I told you last time. When you write the title, let me just change I want to have a highlighter. When you write the title, you have to write it the same as it is there. Remember, a title is the name of the poem. So you are going to write every letter here with a capital letter. Okay, so quickly write in your text box, right? What is the name of the poem? Let me see. Right? You guys are right, but I want you to use the capital letters. If it is too hard for you, is it a problem to change into a capital letter if you type? I know sometimes it is a bit hard, right? Samuel, good. If you can change it to capital letters, then that would be great. Remember when you do your writing as well, not typing, capital letters. The little plant, even though I didn't do it there, do you see that? So maybe some of you now are more clever than I am. Okay, the next question. Who is the poet? The poet, of course, is the person who wrote the poem. I want you to type in your text box quickly. Who is the poet? Good. Kate L. Brown. Remember again, and it's a name. So the Kate with a capital letter, L with a capital letter, and B with a capital letter. Well done, boys and girls. Kate L. Brown. Now we are going to look at the rhyming words in this poem again. Last time we also did that, but you are going to see in this poem the rhyming pattern will change. So let's look at the first stanza. I'm going to read it and then we will look at the rhyming words. In the heart of a seed, buried deep, so deep, a dear little plant lay fast asleep. Okay, let's look at the rhyming words. We have seed, deep, plant, asleep. So the first one I'm going to do with you we see that deep and the sleep of asleep rhyme. Deep, asleep. So that is our two rhyming words, deep and asleep. Okay, let's look at the second stanza. And this one you can write for me in your text box. Wake, said the sunshine, and creep to the light. Wake, said the voice of the raindrops bright. So here, remember we are looking at the last word of every line. Sunshine, light, voice, bright. Where are the rhyming words in that sentence? Let's see what you guys said. Light and bright, bright and light. Okay, no problems with that. That was quite easy. The next one, let's look at the third stanza. The little plant heard, and it rose to see what the wonderful outside world might be. Okay, Ntando, I know you cannot type to me at this point, so I still want you to just recognize the rhyming words, okay? Because when I put on the answer, you can see if you were right. So you can still check your answers, okay? Let's quickly see what you guys are saying. C and B, C, B, C, B. Absolutely, that's quite easy, right? The rhyming words, deep, asleep, light, bright, C and B. Now we'll look at the syllables of each of those rhyming words. Some of them have one syllable and some of them have two syllables. So tell me quickly, how many syllables does deep have? We'll look at deep first. Deep. How many syllables? One or two? Tebogo says one. What do you guys think? Praise says one. Zara says two. Lunaku says two. Remember, we're only looking at deep. Deep. Why do you guys think there are two syllables in the word deep? The word deep only has one syllable. You don't change your mouth in the word to make another sound, right? It's just deep. If I had to clap my hands, it will be deep. So it's only one syllable. Okay. Asleep. How many syllables in asleep? Can you guys write for me? Zara says two syllables. Praise says two. Samuel, two. Two. It's coming fast now. All of you say two. Okay, so you get that one. Asleep, if I had to clap my hands. So asleep will be two syllables. Let's look at light. How many syllables does light have? You can just write one or two. One. Oh, Tebogo, you said two. Remember, when we say the word light, it's only one clap. You just say it and your mouth does not change. Okay, so light has one syllable. Let's look at the word bright. Bright. How many syllables does bright have? Good, you guys are all saying one. Good job. Bright is only one. Okay. The word see. How many syllables does see have? 3, 2, 1, go. When I said go, 3, 4, 5 answers popped on my screen all of a sudden. Well done. Okay, you are all right. C only has one syllable. And our last one, B. How many syllables does B have? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And again, perfect. Okay. So you guys understand why it's only asleep that has two syllables. All the rest have one syllable. Okay, now we are going to answer some questions about the meaning of the poem. First, we looked at the structure. That is where we talked about the rhyming words and the syllables and the name of the poem, the name of the poet. Now we are going to look at the meaning of the poem. Let's quickly read the first stanza again. Those of you who want can read it with me. In the heart of a seed, buried deep, so deep, a dear little plant lay fast asleep. Now let's look at the first question. Does a seed really have a heart? In that first stanza, it says, in the heart of a seed. Does a seed really have a heart? Let's see what you guys say. Answer for me in a full sentence. Most of you are saying no, and you are right, but I want you to say no, comma, it doesn't. Okay, so that would be the right way to answer the question. No, it doesn't. Do you see? No, it doesn't. In a capital letter and with a period or a full stop at the end. Our next question. What does the phrase heart of the seed mean? So when this poet writes about the heart of a seed, what does that mean? In the heart of a seed. Yes, a seed does not have a heart. So what does it mean if we say in the heart of the seed? Where in the seed is it then? Do you guys know? Is it at the bottom of the seed? Is it at the side of the seed? Is it in the middle? Where will the heart be? Okay, I am seeing a lot of different answers, but the correct one is coming through most of the time, and it will be, it means the middle of the seed. So if we say it's in the heart of something, we refer to the middle of something, okay? It means the middle of the seed. Good to those of you who got that one, well done. Our next question. Will we really see a plant if we look in the middle of the seed? Remember that first stanza says, in the heart of a seed buried deep, so deep, a dear little plant lay fast asleep. Now, if we look in the middle of the seed, in the heart of the seed, will we see a plant lying there? Yes or no? If you really physically with your eye look at a seed, in the middle of it, you cut it open, will there be a little plant in the middle of that seed? Samuel, you are correct. Praise, you are correct. Some of you are saying no, and some of you are saying yes. The answer is no, we won't. Because if you cut open that seed, it's not a full plant, a tiny little plant inside there. It's not a plant with leaves and with roots and with a stem. Okay, so we're not going to see that little baby plant inside. It is the seed that will turn into the plant. Okay. You're right, Zara. Good. Now let's quickly look at what it means. What do you think it means if we say that there is a plant in the middle of the seed? Let's look at the meaning of the whole of the first stanza. In the heart of a seed buried deep, so deep, a dear little plant lay fast asleep. Why is the little plant asleep in the seed? Remember, with this question, there are no wrong answers. This is just what you guys are thinking. Okay, so you cannot be wrong. It doesn't matter what you answer. I want to know, what do you think that means? In the heart of a seed buried deep, so deep, is a dear little plant. A dear little plant lay fast asleep. What does that mean? I'm waiting for someone to try and answer this question. Now we know there's not a real physical little plant inside that seed. Yes, it is still growing. Someone's saying it's still growing. It has not started its growth. It has not grown yet. Very good. Okay, those are very good answers. We will refer to the plant that it is still sleeping because it has not started growing yet. It's not visible yet because the seed is sleeping in the sleep in the plant of the mother. it will be the same if you compare it to humans. It is not developed yet. Okay, that's very good thinking, you guys. I'm liking the answers I'm seeing a lot here. Let's carry on. Let's look at the second stanza. Wake, said the sunshine, and creep to the light. Wake, said the voice of the raindrops bright. Let's quickly look at what that means. Now you see in this stanza, two things are talking here. The first thing is the sunshine, because it says wake, said the sunshine. And the second wake, said the voice of the raindrops bright. So the first one is the voice of the sunshine, and the second one is the voice of water. Do you guys agree with me on that? Do you understand why I'm saying that? Now let's quickly see, where is the seed when the sun says wake? What do you guys think? Where is the seed when the sun says wake? Is the seed in the water? Is the seed in the ground? Is the seed just lying there? Is it still in the flower of the plant? Where is the little seed? Good, you guys are saying in the soil or in the ground. Anyone else want to try? I'm only seeing two answers here. Are you waiting for me to give you the answer? That's going to make you lazy. Aha, here we go. Soil, in the ground. Well done, boys and girls. The seed is in the ground. That is where it is. What does the seed need to do to creep to the light? What does creep to the light mean? What does the seed need to do to creep to the light? Who knows the answer? Remember, in the second stanza, it says, wake, said the sunlight, and creep to the light. So what does it need to do? Bloom up, go up to the light, bloom up. Okay, what do the rest of you say? It needs to grow, the seed needs to grow, it needs to grow up. You guys are so clever. Well done. It needs to start growing. That is what it means. Creep to the light means come out of the ground and grow up. That is such a sweet way of this, for the sun to call this little seed, this plant out of the ground. Our next question. Which two things does a seed need to grow? And that answer is in the second stanza, in the two voices who is speaking. So that's a clue for you. Which two things does a seed need to grow? Okay, you are saying, some of you are saying sunlight and water, sunlight and rain, water and sun, sunlight and water, sunny, raindrops. It needs sunshine and water, the raindrops. Okay, so if you said raindrops, that's also fine. Remember, guys, try and answer in full sentences, okay? I know the typing is harder than writing, but I think by this time your fingers are so used to it. So by the end of lockdown, you guys can all take typing as a subject. You are all going to be so good at typing. Okay, so we see in that second stanza that it needs sunshine and water. Let's look at question 8. Can a seed really wake up? Can he? Is he sleeping and he can wake up like we can? Some of you are saying yes, some of you are saying no. I want more answers. Most of you now are saying no. No, it cannot. Zara, good, you are now answering in full sentences. Well done. No, it can't. A seed cannot wake up. It is not really. It doesn't have eyes that close and it goes to sleep and then it wakes up and opens its eyes. Okay. Number 9. To what is the poet comparing the life of the seed? Now, if we look at the poem again, he is comparing the life of the seed to something. In the heart of a seed, buried deep, so deep, my dear little plant lay fast asleep. Something that can lay fast asleep. Wake, said the sunshine, and creep to the light. Wake, said the voice of the raindrops bright. Something that can wake up, something that can creep. The little plant heard, and it rose to see what the wonderful outside world might be. Something that can hear and something that can see. Samuel, excellent. You are saying it is comparing it to a human, and you are 100% right. Remember, a plant cannot really do all of those things. He cannot sleep, he cannot wake up, he cannot creep, he cannot hear, he cannot see, he cannot do all those things really. So he is comparing the life of the seed to a human, to the life of a person. Yes, Tebogo, you can also say to a baby. Okay, as long as it's something human. Now we are on our very last question for this poem. Let's find all the verbs that compare the seeds to to things that humans do. Let's find all the verbs that compare the seed to things humans do. So I want you to find, I basically said it to you just now. So if you listened carefully, you'll know. What verbs are there? I just want you to write the verbs. Some of you are saying asleep. Yes, that's right. Creep, wake, asleep. What else? What about the third stanza? Go look at the third stanza. What words do you see there? Lay, that's also right. What do you see in the third stanza? Rose, heard. That's right, both of them are right. There's one more I am looking for, creep and awake, that's right. In the last stanza, there's one you guys didn't say, only one. Rose is right. Ah, there we have it, see. Or where to, you said that one, and Jabril. Both of you said see, and Nazara as well. So that was the last one, okay. So let me quickly write all of them. Lay asleep, wake, creep, heard, rose, and see. Well, now you guys, you have done a whole poem and you answered questions about the meaning and the structure of a poem, and I am very proud of you. Faith, can you guys hear me? Faith said that I was freezing. Can you guys still hear me? Just type yes in your chat box if you can hear me. Okay. Right. So we can continue. This is the end of our poetry lesson. Oh, there I'm typing the last sentence again. I'm going to share your homework with you, and then I want to ask you an important question about next week, and then I will read a story to you again today. Okay. So your homework is going to be a lot like last time, but your rhyming words, where they are, is going to change, and this poem will be a little bit shorter. So you are going to write your own little poem. You can write about anything. Your dog, a seed, yourself, your puppy, it doesn't matter. Last time your poem was 8 lines. This time it is only going to be 4 lines. And I want line 1 and 2 to rhyme. and then line 3 and 4 should rhyme. Okay. Last time it was line 2 and 4 and 6 and 8 that had to rhyme. This time, line 1 and 2 should rhyme, and line 3 and 4 should rhyme. So if you guys want to take a screenshot of this, I want you to go try it out. Okay, I love reading your poems. And now over the weekend, I have time to go read them and put them in our next slideshow. And then I can show everyone. Did you guys take a photo of this? Right. You can send me your poems to this email address. Okay, the important question I wanted to ask you guys. Do you know how to play Kahoot? Do you know the game Kahoot that you play online? Quickly, if you know what I'm talking about, write yes or no in your chat box. No, most of you don't. No. Okay. I'm going to tell you about it because we will start to practice it next week. And it is a way that I can also test you guys. So it's a game that we play, and we play it on this online platform, but you need a second device. So you need to, for the Kahoot game, to borrow your mom's phone or a tablet or a second device if you have one. Because on the screen, like you are seeing my slideshow now, you will see questions. And then on the phone screen, you will log in, but we can practice next week before we really do it so that I can show you guys. On the phone screen, it is going to give you 4 blocks with different colors. Then you have to choose the right block, and that is how you answer the question. Then it connects back to the question on your screen, and it will count if you are right or if you are wrong, okay? I will explain it to you nicely next week. I just want you guys already to go ask your parents. I think on Friday next week, we'll play it. If you guys, and we'll practice it before then as well. And ask your parents if you can please have a second device if you have one. If you don't, we are going to make a different plan. Let me just try and type here for you guys. I'm going to type the name of the game. This is the name. Ask your parents if you can play it. The questions will be questions that I make that you can answer. Okay. And on your device, you will choose the block. So there will be 4 colors. And maybe the answer to my question, or my question might be, what color is the sky? And then you will choose blue. So that is how we will play it. Okay. Right. Now I am going to read The Emperor's New Clothes. Are you guys ready? Let me just get to the right page. Once upon a time, there was an emperor who loved clothes. He spent all his money on new clothes. He would change 5 or 6 times a day. One day, 2 clever thieves came to see the emperor. They told the emperor that they were weavers. We can weave beautiful cloth, said one thief. And it is magic, said the other. Only clever people can see the cloth. Stupid people can see nothing. Make me a suit from this magic cloth, said the emperor. Then I will be able to tell who is clever and who is stupid. We will need lots of gold thread, said the first thief. So the emperor gave them lots of gold thread. The thieves put the gold thread into their bags. Then they pretended to weave the cloth, but they did not use the gold thread. Really, they were doing nothing at all. The next day, the emperor sent his prime minister to see the cloth. The prime minister looked and looked. He could not see anything. I must be stupid, he thought. The emperor must not find out. He told the emperor that it was the best cloth he had ever seen. He can't really see the cloth because there is nothing. But he doesn't want the emperor to think he's stupid, right? The next day, the two thieves went to see the emperor. We need more gold thread to make your suit, said the first thief. You shall have all the thread you need, said the emperor. The two thieves pretended to make the cloth into a suit. Remember, they just pretended, it's not real. The emperor went to see the suit. He looked and looked. He could not see anything. I must be stupid, he thought, but no one must find out. It is beautiful, he cried. So now he's also pretending. Oh no. The emperor was very pleased. He spoke to the prime minister. We must have a parade. Everyone will be able to see my new suit. Oh man, this guy is going to walk with no clothes in front of everybody. That's terrible. The two thieves pretended to work all day and all night. At last, the suit was ready. The emperor came to try on his new suit. It will feel lovely. It will feel as if you are wearing nothing, said the first thief. They pretended to dress the emperor in his new suit. The emperor and his prime minister looked and looked, but they could not see anything. Oh my goodness, you guys, that is just terrible. The emperor led the parade in his new suit. Oh no. Everyone looked and looked, but they could not see the new suit. Then one little girl started to laugh. The emperor has no clothes on, she cried. Ha ha ha, he has no clothes. Ha ha, look everyone, the emperor doesn't have any clothes. And soon everyone, even the emperor, saw that she was right. Oh no, said the emperor, I have been very stupid. And the thieves were never seen again. That must have been the most embarrassing moment of that emperor's life. The Borgo, you know, a different version of the story where they were actually robbed. So yes, we can change classic stories like this and write different endings or make it continue. So there is a different version that says that they have been robbed, and it suits them right because they are thieves and they are liars. Yes, it's a terrible ending, I know. So maybe sometime in the future, we will take a classic story like this and we will change the ending ourselves to give it a better ending and one that we like. Okay, guys? This brings us to the end of our lesson. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you back on Monday. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.